Namaste, Hamisha Khush Raho Bitiya. My name is Manisha Singh. Today I am teaching you study of refrigeration system. Subject name is Unit Operations in Food Industry Lab. Discipline is Food and Biotechnology. Now let's start the topic. What is refrigeration system? Refrigeration system is a process in which work is done to remove heat from one location to the another. Refrigeration has many applications including but not limited to the household refrigerators, industrial freezers, cryogenics, air conditioning and heat pumps. In order to satisfy the second law of thermodynamics, some form of work must be performed to accomplish this. The work is traditionally done by mechanical work but can also be done by magnetism, laser or other means. Since the turn of the century, there has been steady growth of application of refrigeration in preservation of perishable food, products, agriculture and fishery. The purpose of refrigeration for food is to retard deterioration by microorganisms, chemical and physical processes. By cooling the temperature at temperatures just above freezing, it is possible to achieve a limited extension of storage time, which is often sufficient for safe distribution and marketing. By freezing to temperature as low as minus 30 degrees Celsius, deterioration can be slowed down further and this increases the storage time. Refrigeration has applications in diverse industries such as manufacturing, chemicals, petroleum, refineries, paper and pulp industries also. Then refrigeration system components for vapor compression refrigeration cycle. There are 5 basic components of refrigeration system. These are the evaporator, compressor, condenser, expansion valve and refrigerant. That is to conduct the heat from the product. And in order for refrigeration cycle to operate successfully, each component must be present within the refrigeration system. This is the evaporator. Then accumulator, compressor, condenser, storage device, and there is a restrictor. The evaporator. The purpose of the evaporator is to remove unwanted heat from the product via the liquid refrigerant. The liquid refrigerant contained within the evaporator is boiling at a low pressure. The level of this pressure is determined by two factors: the rate at which the heat is absorbed from the product to the liquid refrigerant in the evaporator and the rate at which the low pressure vapor is removed from the evaporator by the compressor. To enable the transfer of heat, the temperature of the liquid refrigerant must be lower than the temperature of the product being cooled. Once transferred, the liquid refrigerant is drawn from the evaporator by the compressor via the suction line. When leaving the evaporator coil, the liquid refrigerant is in the vapor form. Then the compressor, the purpose of the compressor is to draw the low temperature, low pressure vapor from the evaporator via the suction line. When vapor is compressed, it rises in temperature. Therefore, the compressor transforms the vapor from a low temperature vapor to a high temperature vapor, in turn increasing the pressure. The vapor is then released from the compressor in the discharge line. Then condenser. The purpose of the condenser is to extract heat from the refrigerant to the outside air. Fans mounted above the condenser unit are used to draw air through the condenser coils. The temperature of the high pressure vapor determines the temperature at which the condensation begins. As heat has to flow from the condenser to the air, the condensation temperature must be higher than that of the air, usually between minus 12 degrees Celsius and minus 1 degree Celsius. The high pressure vapor within the condenser is then cooled to the point where it becomes a liquid refrigerant once more. Whilst retaining some heat, the liquid refrigerant then flows from the condenser into the liquid line. The expansion valve. Within the refrigeration system, the expansion valve is located at the end of the liquid line before the evaporator. The high pressure liquid reaches the expansion valve having come from the condenser. The valve then reduces the pressure of the refrigerant as it passes through the orifice which is located inside the valve. On reducing the pressure, the temperature of the refrigerant also decreases to a level below the surrounding air. This low pressure, low temperature liquid is then pumped into the evaporator again. In this picture, there is an evaporator where refrigerant changes from liquid to gas, and evaporator removes heat from the surroundings, and that will goes to the compressor where the refrigerant gas is compressed from low to high pressure. After compression, the gas is passed to the condenser and refrigerant changes from gas to the liquid, and condenser discharges the heat into the surrounding. And then there is an expansion valve which separates the high pressure from the low pressure side, and then this mixture is enters into the evaporator again. Then principle, in the process of refrigeration, the available heat with the system to be maintained at the low temperature is continuously removed and transferred to the surrounding, which is at high temperature. Then according to the second law of thermodynamics, the removal of heat from low temperature is in order to supply heat at high temperature is only possible by supplying external work to the system under operation. Hence, a refrigerator needs external power for removing heat continuously from the cabinet to maintain temperature lower than the surrounding. The basic mechanism of refrigeration is shown in the figure, in which T1 and T2 are the maximum and minimum temperatures respectively, and R is the refrigerator, Q1 is the heat supply to the hot body, and Q2 is the heat removed from the low temperature, and WR is the work required to produce low temperature. This is the temperatures. This is a basic mechanism of the refrigerator, that is the COP for reference, coefficient of performance, that is Q2 by Q1 minus Q2, and is equal to T2 by T1 minus T2 under brackets Q1 by Q2 minus equal to T1 by T2. And that is the coefficient of performance by the heating pump. Similarly, Q1 by Q1 minus Q2, and this is the relation in between the coefficient of performance. And units of refrigeration, it is a very important topic, and the capacity of a refrigeration system is expressed in terms of the tons of refrigeration. In SI system, 1 ton of refrigeration is equal to 210 kilojoules per minute is equal to 3.5 kilowatts. A ton of refrigeration is defined as the amount of heat extracted by the refrigerating machine to produce 1 US ton of ice at 0 degrees Celsius in 24 hours. 1 ton is equal to 2000 pounds. Taking latent heat of fusion at 0 degrees Celsius is equal to 333.4 kilojoules per kg. Heat extracted to form 1 ton of ice at 0 degrees Celsius in 24 minutes is equal to 210 kilojoules per minute or 211 kilojoules per minute. Hope you all are satisfied with this session. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. If you have any query, please mention it in a comment box. I will resolve them whenever we have a live session. Thank you so much for watching this video.